Let's talk about compensation. It used to be that the compensation for a buyer's agent was paid by the seller. Now, regulations have changed and the responsibility to pay for compensation for buyer representation falls on you, the buyer. We can still negotiate with the seller to get them to contribute to that compensation, whether it's the entire amount or a portion of it. But at the end of the day, seeing that your agent gets paid is now the responsibility of the buyer. Legally, you'll have to sign an agreement before any buyer's agent in the US can work with you. That agreement will always say that the buyer is ultimately responsible to pay the buyer's agent commission, not the seller. That being said, the seller can still absolutely pay for the commission. It just has to be negotiated off the MLS. The new regulation does not say that the seller can't pay the buyer representation fee. It's something that can be negotiated on your behalf. Some sellers will still choose to pay the buyer's agent compensation and some won't. So you can choose to write an offer on a home where the seller pays the fees for your buyer's agent, or you can choose not to write an offer on a home if the seller is not willing to pay it. And again, all commissions or compensation is always negotiable between all parties, and it always has been. There is no traditional, customary, or standard commission amount. Commissions are negotiable, just as who will be paying for them is negotiable as well. That compensation can seem like a big chunk, so is it worth it? If you choose the right agent to represent you, it definitely is. Seller's agents are just that. They're there to represent the seller. You want someone who's working on your behalf. Most experts agree that buyers who go at it alone often end up paying more for a house because they don't have the negotiation skills or market knowledge that an agent does. They might also miss out on finding the best home for themselves because they don't have access to all the listings and information that an agent does. Not only that, but buyers who don't have a real estate expert in their court can end up with dozens of legal headaches and unexpected costs, and can even end up in litigation. It's a very complex process. When buyers decide to represent themselves in a real estate transaction without the expertise of a buyer's agent, they might think they're saving money. But when you consider the overall financial investment and potential liabilities involved, it's really a false savings. Having representation makes a huge difference. According to the National Association of Realtors, homes sold directly by owners, also known as for sale by owners, tend to sell for an average of $95,000 less than sellers who use an agent. So if having professional representation can make that much difference to a seller, think about it. How much could it benefit you, the buyer, even if you're the one paying for your agent's commission? And you know what? Your agent doesn't get paid at all until you close on your dream home. Here's what a great agent does for you. First, they will guide you towards the right home. This means that they start by connecting you to a reputable mortgage loan officer so you really understand what you can afford. You don't want to waste your time looking at a Mercedes if a Kia is all you truly qualify for. A great agent will also help you get a clear understanding of what you need, your priorities, and also what you love to have in a home, the must-haves and the nice-to-haves. Next, before dragging you around on house tours, they'll research different neighborhoods and homes to find you great matches. They'll guide you through detailed information on things like school scores, crime rates, and local amenities. Before you even step into the car, you'll know exactly what you're looking at and if it fits what you're looking for. Then, once you find a home you like, they'll research the current market and market trends even further, and they'll talk to the seller's agent about the seller's priorities. At this point, they'll also ask the seller's agent if the seller is willing to pay the fee of your buyer's agent. All of this is to help you write an offer that'll be attractive to the seller at a price you can afford with terms that you want, or to even help you decide whether to make an offer at all. Your agent will present your offer and begin the negotiation process. A great agent will be a terrific collaborative negotiator with the experience and expertise to know how to compromise and create a deal that both you and the sellers are happy with. Your buyer's agent will be able to negotiate things like rent backs, repair requests, and closing costs, including the buyer's agent compensation. Your agent will negotiate the right price and terms and make sure you're not paying more for the home than you should. They will negotiate credits and additional items on your behalf that the seller will pay for instead of you. The seller's agent wants to protect the seller and get them the most money and best terms. As a buyer's agent, their job is to do the same for you. Their goal is to negotiate all of this and to make sure you're getting the best possible price and terms. Once your offer is accepted, your agent then manages all the people and processes to unearth any issues and finalize the deal. They'll order inspections like the home and pest inspections, plus any special inspections needed like pool or septic, and point out any issues that may arise from them. They'll also coordinate the appraisal and will discuss the results with you. They'll order and review the title report and point out any red flags. They'll keep on top of lenders and help you provide whatever documentation is needed. If the situation calls for it, they'll also coordinate with attorneys as well. They'll review the seller's disclosures and point out any potential problems and then negotiate a resolution to those issues. They'll connect you with home insurance companies and home warranty providers and help you choose the best option for your situation. Your agent will manage all of these people and processes to keep your escrow on track, and they'll communicate regularly so you know exactly what's going on. Their job is also to make sure that you're protected from any legal liabilities, in addition to keeping your earnest money deposit safe and ensuring the home closes. Yes, your agent will spend hundreds of hours, much of it behind the scenes, working on your behalf. And it's only when they succeed and you have the keys to your dream home that they get paid. Again, per agreement, you as the buyer are contractually responsible to pay this fee, though your agent will negotiate and try to get the sellers to pay for it. However, based on all they do for you, don't you think that their fee is worth it? It's important to choose a great buyer's agent as they do so much for you throughout the transaction. This is Tracie Wong, and let's make your real estate dreams a reality.